Hi James, great for you to join us at our sustainability podcast, and thank you for inviting us to your facility today.
Thank you for having me.
I was going to say, on a lovely June summer's day, but unfortunately it's raining again. I think that's the story of our weather.
That it is at the moment, yes.
Before we start talking about sustainability and what it means to Pattern Fasteners, could you just give us a bit of an intro to Pattern Fasteners and what was your facility up to?
So Pattern Fasteners was started in 1981, and we started by making precision turn parts primarily for fuel pumps and automotive applications. But now we're a much bigger business. We do precision turn parts from sort of 1 millimetre diameter right up to 65 mil diameter bar turned, and up to about 6-inch diameter from billets. We also do some secondary operations work, rework, drilling, tapping, that type of work as well.
And the facility you've been in now, how long have you been there? 'Cause you've got how many machines have you got in there?
Well, there's about 40 machines in there at the moment. CNC machines is 12.
Yeah.
We've been in there for about 6 years now, and we started, when we took ownership of the business, we started somewhere else, coming up to 8 years ago now.
So we're going to be talking about the sustainability angle. Obviously, great to see such a busy facility and how you've grown.
Thank you.
People. So with all this, sustainability, as we know, is such a massive subject for globally, for everybody, and we've all got to consider it at home and in the workplace. And engineering, I believe is going to be the fulcrum to where we go forward in solving the problems, but as well as though we are using a lot of resources up as well. So where does that come into your thinking at Pattern Fasteners?
Well, we believe that our business should be sustainable, and we should also believing a minimal footprint in terms of the environmental damage, or we should try and limit that as much as possible. No. So the way we look at it is we pick targeted projects around sustainability, and we work on those and try and improve things. So examples would be implementation of IT. So we've done quite a lot of work to go paperless.
Yeah.
We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
It, and it's rather impressive. I like the way you've got the pads, the iPads on every single machine.
That's right.
In process, checking, reporting, monitoring.
Yeah.
I guess that's quite a good thing to have throughout the management of the business anyway.
Very good. And it makes us also more responsive to our customers in terms of where things are, etc. But in terms of efficiencies, having a lot of the technical data in the cloud means that there's less running around and moving around looking for information, which increases our efficiency.
Yeah.
So a good example, really. One other would be energy consumption. So all of our electricity comes from 100% renewables. We're quite pleased to say that. I think more and more customers are actually looking for suppliers who can demonstrate such things. So we're quite proud of that.
Yeah, so it's along the supply chain. Yeah. We're seeing it already where companies are looking for that to be turned all the way through from tier 1, 2, 3, 4 suppliers, whatever, that to be part of the chain, part of why they pick you.
Absolutely. And quite often it's part of the information that would form a quotation to a customer. And for certain customers, it's up there in terms of ticking the boxes for sure.
Yeah.
One final example would be the introduction of the WoGuard units.
Yep.
So oil recovery, we're very pleased with that. We've implemented it on all the machines. So for neat oil on sliding head machines, and also the water-based coolants on the fixed head units. Our oil consumption has gone down by about, or our waste oil has gone down by at least sort of 30%, which we've seen a direct reduction in terms of our spend on oil as well.
Yeah.
So where we might be losing it with swarf or, through other routes, that's definitely reduced. So very pleased with that. We also find that the machines run for longer. So we've got some jobs which rely on unmanned running, and they've got to run. And quite often, if you're running brass, for example, it can absorb a lot of the oil and therefore reduce the level in the machine. as such the machine can stop.
Yeah.
We don't really see that now where we used to. So that's very encouraging. And, we're not waiting around for tanks to drain and that type of thing. So the WoGuard system's been very good for us.
Brilliant.
I'm very happy with it.
I think that's one of the key things with the sustainability, actually metricising what we're achieving as well, which is probably a little bit more tougher. It's not so easy, as we know, to achieve, and I guess that's our next goal, is to get that into place, to actually have a metric. I guess like where you see the efficiency rating on machines, on our home goods, this product is being made with efficiency rating A, B. I think that would be great as an industrial standard, which I'm sure we'll get to. But as I say, at the moment, we're doing a lot of good things. And I think with innovation and products, the machine tools, for instance, you're using the state-of-the-art machine tools and Citizen machines, which, again, you're producing things very fast, very quickly, using less power to produce a very complex part. And that, in effect, helps with the reduction of wasted power. And all these things contribute to it. And I think, like I said, we did create, for instance, we've done an LCA on the oil saver and the coolant saver, which was carbon offset. If they're running with all the materials used and they're running on a machine, the carbon offset was actually by every 2 days we'd carbon offset the product.
Wow.
And that was
excellent.
I know, we were super pleased with that. This was, we've got a 30-page white paper from the university in Denmark with that. And I think over, say it was a 14-year span, it carbon offset itself thousands and thousands of times. So some really good figures for us to use for our product. But I guess that's what we'd really like to have on the product, you're making. And I guess what you're doing is some really great stuff on that as well. With regards to, we talk about the environment side, sustainability isn't just about that. We've got a workforce that we've got to have a society with a workforce of very good diversity, different people coming into it. And I know you're growing, so how have you found that on, and have you got things in place?
So skilled staff are difficult to find. They are. We have taken the path to a degree of growing our own people internally and developing them. So we do that with all our staff, and we look at the skills they do and don't have, where they want to go, and we've worked on that quite hard. Some people have come in, externally to just fill the growth. But also, I think it's quite important to work with the people who, for example, look after the apprentices and try and bring the younger people into engineering through those avenues, because that's where the future is. That's our future pipeline of people, and we should work with that too, which we do.
And I think it's critical, old and young. We get them mixed up, we get them all excited, and still there's, we do have the thing with engineering. We have unfortunately, probably I'd say an older workforce where we need to obviously have that as well, but bringing in the young and combining the skill sets. So we have a workforce. We know, there's a lot of automation going on and different types of stuff like that, but we still need them skill sets for different areas.
Yes.
Whether it's in the software for pre-machining or CAD/CAM, whatever. So I think that's, again, and I think the reason we're doing the Sustaining podcast is make it, not just about how, obviously environmentally important, but how the other areas will impact it, from people, society, and obviously economy. You've got to be, at the end of the day, you're a business, we've got to be making money to make all this happen. And that's sustainability.
Diversity of staff, very important. And also very important that all the staff have the opportunities that are there for training, development, and everything else, of course. Yeah,
absolutely. James, well, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you wanted to add into the sustainability? You're doing so many good things, and great to see the expansion. And look forward to when next time if you come and do another podcast or come to visit, you'll be, I guess, in another 2 factories, maybe.
I hope so. Pattern Fasteners, sustainability for us. The use of technology to promote a more efficient and sustainable business. That's where we're at. We're going to continue that journey, and thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks, James. Thank you.